Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another beautifully polygonal day here on my procedurally generated Update Aquatic server with me, your host, Update Aquatic Man. Last time, we worked on the Update Aquatic Iron Farm, Wheat Farm Greenhouse, and found some discrepancies. It was problematic. We're going to go over those today because I hit the Minecraft forums and went to asking a whole bunch of people, got some feedback from them, and we are going to fix this problem today. First things first, let's get dressed and kind of, well, I started things out over here, wow, what's going on over there? Pop in there. All right, oh, look at that, there's an abandoned mine shaft down there. Oh, it's not my fault that they showed me where all the goodies were. All right, over here at the old husk farm, somebody has asked me for a husk farm tutorial. I don't know if I've put one out yet or not, but I'm going to be working on that very soon. I might expand out the layers of the husk farm in that particular tutorial so that you could get more husks to spawn. But we'll see. We'll get back to that when that comes up. Over here, as you can see, the dig continues around the skeleton farm area. It looks like they might have done a little bit more, maybe not. Over here in Stalker and Duelist Place, they've got stuff going on. Looks like they're still underway. They're AFK for the time being. They've been working on other projects. They have school as well. So let me fly on over here. Ooh, it's time to get all the kelp out of there. Man, I really do need to get a kelp smelter going. Let me head on over here and tell you what we've been talking about. When I say we, I mean myself and a couple of a couple of thoughtful members of the Minecraft community. In fact, let me see here. I got a piece of paper over here. I wrote down their names just to make sure. Big shout out to Scott Miser, who got back to me like the same night, like within 7 minutes of me posting my initial question. He was all over it, right? So for those of you who don't know, where should I go to see this? Probably over there. Okay. For those of you who are just joining me, I have this farm over here where this villager refuses to pick potatoes. Understandably, I presume, based on some evidence or research I've done. But he is well within what would be a 32-block radius of the farm, the village, I meant to say, which is an iron farm. So it should be populating. Let me give you a quick rundown, right? I'm not sure whether or not I'm doing it right anyways, but presuming that I was doing it right, apparently, having done some research, I found another fellow YouTuber and Minecrafter, Friliuith, who had demonstrated that within 32 blocks of a village, villagers will farm, right? So from here over to there was within 32 blocks. It should work. But that person also found that from 32 to 64, which would be that stone block to that stone block right there, except I'm representing that village, has a dead zone that goes from this stone block over there to that stone block. All right, so this dirt path represents the dead zone from over there. So based on that observation, it seems to me that this farm isn't working because of this dead zone, right? However, someone else got back to me. Martin the Mess, thank you very much, Martin, tells me that potato and carrot farmers don't actually plant. I don't know if that's necessarily right, Martin, but because he talked about those farms where the villagers have to throw food at a hungry villager. Otherwise, they don't empty their inventory. But I'm pretty sure... Would they have to have an empty inventory to attempt to harvest the crop? And then wouldn't the potato just sit there? I thought I've made these before. I'm not quite... Maybe I haven't. But I thought I have. In Creative Worlds, I meant to say. Let's see here. Let's reset the sun and go talk about what we're going to do today. All right. So with those problems in mind, all right, that dead zone I talked to you about. Over on the other side, to do an experiment, I built another farm, this wheat farm over here. Now, this villager on the side here, who looks like he might have done some harvesting and replanting. This guy, when I first put him in, over, like way over here, he started harvesting right away. I was super excited. In fact, if you go back to the last episode, you will see how excited I was about it. And it turns out he stopped harvesting as well, and I think that's because, as you can see by that stone block, he would be within 64 to 32, that 32 to 64 block range, that dead zone range from that farm over there. So maybe that's why this guy isn't farming. This guy over here, this block represents 32 blocks from over there, so this would be the 32 to 64 dead zone over there. No, wait. This is 32 blocks from over there, so that makes this 32 blocks from there to there, and that 64 blocks from there to there. So 1, 2 and an ish gives us 71 blocks or so. And over here is perfectly normal farming. Everything's going great. So fantastic. What's the next step? Well, As you can see, I've already dropped the villagers down by 1 to try to turn off the farm, but apparently that's not far enough. Again, thank you, Scott Miser. Tells me I should probably move them about 5 or so out, but I think what I'm actually going to do is, there's a couple things I could do. I could move the villagers from here up into the second module there, because being 80 blocks away, it's definitely out of range. And then I can move those guys up into the far, far upper one. That would then, solve me the problem of populating those later, but I don't think I really want to do that. What I think I want to do is create a type of water elevator system where I can move the villagers over a couple blocks and then up a water elevator, and then they can drop back down if I want to turn them on. And that way I can turn the iron farms both on and off as I would want to, even though, let's face it, when this thing is all said and done, I'm going to have so much iron I won't know what to do with it. I'm pretty much... The only reason I even went and started building these other modules is because I started building the algae containment vessel, which, as you can see, is entirely populated with iron blocks, to be the monument of the construction here at the Cultural Complex Center. The overwhelming project is the Cultural Complex Center, for those who don't know already. Right? So, and this isn't even done yet. As you can see, I stopped maybe 4 platforms to go over here and no platforms over there yet built, and it's still producing. It's kind of cool. But what I'm going to do today is an experiment. We're going to start over here on this edge, right? We're going to get those guys and we're going to build some type of elevator system so that we can move them from their containment modules on the side of the iron farm up and out of the range of the village, so that they would turn the village off, out of range from the doors, so the village will be turned off. And then we'll see if this villager starts farming. If this villager starts farming, when that works, and again, look, he looks like he's farming right in this little corner, right where he's just close enough to be there. But this is outside of that 32 to 64 block. So what's going on here? What's going on here? I'm not really sure. So let me do those experiments, and I will come back and show you what they look like. And if one of these guys start producing right away, then we'll know what we're doing for the rest of the afternoon. All right, my friends. So my first experiment, I'm not really liking too much. I tried using a water elevator that's powered by soul sand down there at the bottom. And then up here, it kind of is prevented from dropping back down by this simple switch, which might still be the solution, but doing it a different way. Down below, I ran into some issues, as you might be able to see down there. Let me go ahead and get down here real fast as my moonwalkers continue to dance their way into the sauna down at the center of the pillar there. Okay, over here, I'm not sure why. As you can see, there are signs there. Are they waterlogged signs? Can you waterlog signs? I don't know what happened. I think when I put a water source there, in order to have it flow that way, it connected with that one and caused a perma water source, right? But now there's signs in all of them. I didn't think you could waterlog signs, but apparently you can. So I've got some work ahead of me here. I've got to plug up this hole and plug up those holes. Got to do something to get this guy. Oh, I already had it picked, didn't I? I just need to hit the right thing. There we go. All right, so if I push that guy over there, he'll go up. Right? As they are wont to do, but as soon as I do this... Well, he should still stay up there because the water elevator's up there, but I need to get all of this water gone. And yeah, as you can see, now it's kind of doing what I wanted it to. Will they go that way? No. You see, it forms a permanent water source, so I got to do something about this. All right, let me get this taken care of. Maybe move it back further. Probably for sure. I wanted to save constructions. I didn't want to... I have a shared wall here, so what I want to do is move it out further, which I guess is what I gotta do. Man, oh man. Alright, I'll be back with experiment number 2. Alright, my friends, as you can see, it's midday, and I've constructed a pretty standard old water elevator. Nothing too fancy, all source block, source block, source block, source block. And these guys will be able to come through here. Now, it is my hope that I did this right. Let's see if I punch that out. Will that cause it to flow that way? It will. Awesome. And then will that make it go like that? Uh-oh, it looks like they're hopping too far up in the air. So let me... Well, what if I get rid of this guy right here? Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Will that guy flow? That guy will flow. That guy will flow. All right. So they've got the flow. The flow you need to grow. The flow you know. There's Bruce Leroy, everybody. All right. Up, up, up. Yeah, I think I like this one a little bit better. A little bit better. Yeah. Okay. And then I can just kind of... What, turn that off and on? I don't know. I don't know. We'll figure something out. We'll figure out something. But definitely I'm going to make that 3 high across, even though it's only going to... They'll drop down by here. They'll drop down into here and make it work. All right, so let me fine-tune that, and let me make this on all 4 sides. And then we'll see how that guy does. This is the hypothesis. As soon as I get enough of these guys out of range, that this no longer is considered a village for socializing purposes, and it only takes 1 guy for this to be considered that, then we'll see what happens with that little dude right there. And if this works, then we'll replicate it. Otherwise, maybe we boop it up even higher. All right, let me get to work on those other 4 sides, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back for experiment number 2. As you can see, I've already modified it so that it's a simple water elevator, and I've already moved the first batch of guys up here. Did I already talk about that? I don't know, but in any event, I built all 4 of those like this now, and what's left to do is to move the villagers up. It is my hope, and I know hope isn't a business model, it is my hope that when all 4 of these guys go up, that they will become no longer a village and will be on their way. So what do I got to do here? I need to get some sand. I say sand, I mean dirt. Now, let me go up a couple here. And let me punch out this guy. Alright, so what do I need to do? I need to... No, I kind of want this one, actually. Let me go 1 over. Boop. Okay, from here, it'll be a little bit easier. Because I can punch that out and punch that out. And that's their new walkway. Oop, now they have a way to go. I will come back to put in the little piston hydraulics over here later. But for now, let me go ahead and motivate these gentlemen to go that way. Alright. So off they go into the water elevator. Boom, 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 boom. Up, up, up. Excellent. Excellent. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and grab this water back, actually. Let's see, get that up there, get that down there. Because I'm going to need it on the other spaces as well. Make sure, yep, they're all stuck up there. Okay. Also, there's this particular guy. I think I need to, yeah, it's a good thing I double-checked. Right, so there's that. So I'll get to work on adding all of those in. But before I do that, like I said, I'm going to hit up all the other ones here. Alright, so let's go get this guy and move those villagers up. And again, it is my hope that this will deactivate the village. Let's see, what do I gotta get rid of? Also, I gotta come over 1 more on this one. Okay. There we go. That one, and that one, and that one. And... what? Oh man, come on, librarian, get out of the way. What if I just... jeez, get out of the way, you. There we go. This one has 2 of them. Up they go. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Alright, so while they're on their way, I'll go ahead and grab this water bucket back. Did I just... yeah, I got moved over. Okay, let me go over here and grab it. Alright, here we go. Here we go. That one's already got the tube, I think. Let me double check to make sure the tube is already here. Nope, this one also needed to have its popped out. And again, I will come back and get these when I get to these. Alright. 1 more to do, and then we'll see if the wheat farm's working, and we'll see if the potato farm starts working, because it will now no longer be within what was before formerly known as a quote-unquote dead zone. Alright, last one. Here we go. This guy here. Wait a minute, did I not grab that? There we go, that guy there. I want to do it right here. Straight up. Straight up. Right in there. And there. And there. Off they go. And water there. Alright. Off they go. Hasta luego. 1, 2, 3, 4. Leave the water in there just long enough to make sure they're stopping on the things up at the top. And they should be. They are. Excellent. Okay. This guy. This water. Let me double check this one. I'm pretty sure I did this one right. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, I can go all the way up there. Okay. So, now. The big question. Will either of my 2 farms start to farm? I understand villagers take a few moments to reset. So what I'm going to do is give this guy a few moments, and I'm just going to kind of spy on him and see what happens here in the next, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. All right, so I'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, look at him go. He's planting rows and rows. Off he goes. What? Why'd he skip that one? He must have been in a hurry or something. But he is off to the races. That is awesome. Now that this guy is farming, that means that strategy appears to be working. It's tough. The scientist in me wants to say appears to be working. It's working. It appears to be working. All right, so if this one's working because there's no longer a dead zone, then perhaps this guy over here will start working because there is no dead zone. Let me go take a look at him and see what happens over here. Is he doing anything different? He doesn't appear to be. Well, I don't know. It could be true that potato villagers won't do potato crops. Will he do? Oh, he had that walk about him. You know what I mean? All right. We'll let that wheat guy over there do his thing for a while, and we'll continue to leave this like this, and I'm going to clean it up. Let me go ahead and put in the other pistons and things, and yeah, we'll go from there. And now we can either turn this farming unit on, or we can turn that farming unit on, depending on what we need done at any given time. Awesome. And there's more dynamic elements to my build, which is all part of what I wanted to do for this build in the first place, right? So, cool. Right on. All right, I'll be right back with more exciting farming. Well, welcome back, my friends. As you can see, I'm here doing the final touches to get these guys moving right along up the water elevator. Trying to replicate the success we had over at that farm. Well, that iron farm / village with that farm over there. We're trying to replicate that success with this farm, getting these guys out of the way, right? So I've just moved them over there. Last time it took a couple minutes, but not too many. Let me go ahead and do this because this is how all of them are right now. And while I'm thinking about it, this needs to happen here. Bang. All right. So now there's that. Excellent. So these guys are pretty much all finished. Let me get this moved. And up here. Bang, bang. All right. All right. So now all 4 of these water elevators have all the villagers up there. That should turn this village off, much like that turned that village off. Let's cruise on over here and see if we can watch this guy over here become inspired to do some crop farming. And as you can see, it looks like every time he walks over here, he might be picking some things, but who knows. All right, so that guy took about 3 to 5 minutes. So let me just come over here. What are you looking longingly at? What are you looking longingly at? Is there another village in that direction I'm not aware of? All right, so that village is now off. Will this guy... Where'd he go? Will this guy play crop... Oh. All right, we're watching you, dude. Let's see if he does anything. Oh, there he goes. He's harvesting. He's doing what he's got to do. He's like, what is all of this wheat doing? I need to harvest this wheat. Off he goes. Excellent. So now we have a on-off switch for this farm / that farm. So we can turn on and off the iron farm or the wheat collection over here. Excellent. So now all 3 of these will be harvesting. That is awesome. Now all we got to do is figure out why that dude's not doing anything, right? Once again, somebody told me that potatoes and carrot farms require a villager to be thrown at. But I don't know, you know. But he's not doing anything, so maybe it's right. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is kind of troubleshoot potatoes, but that can wait. That can wait, or maybe not. Let me see what I can get done, do a little more research, and maybe we can come back here and get this guy to harvest some crops somehow, right? All right, I'll be back in a moment. All right, my friends, as you can see, I have decided to cover up the top of this, doing a little research out there and getting some feedback from some fellow Minecrafters on the forums. Thank you very much for the feedback on that. Apparently, very much so, the potatoes and carrot farms are a different mechanic. And as you can see, my little guy is going to work now. Apparently, the light level needs to be sufficient that the crops will automatically, when they update, be deplanted, harvested, self-harvested, I guess is a good way to say that. Very much like the micro nano farm over at the starter village over there. So our greenhouse is now more industrial look to it, I guess. It's got a nice coated top over it, and everything else, you know, it works pretty good, pretty good. So what have I got here now? Now I've got boop, boop, This guy here, let me see if I can get in there and get out real fast. Thank you very much. Oh, shout out to the craft services crew member for getting the work done. What I've done is reduce the light level around these such that they'll harvest themselves whenever the block update happens. The rest of these are such that you can still plant and grow crops. And as this guy comes out and finds these empty spots, he'll plant there. And when he runs out of enough food, he will come out and harvest these guys. And he will attempt to plant everywhere. So, ideally, during the course of his planting and harvesting, he will continue to pull all of these up and replant them. And as he continues to come back here and try to harvest and plant these, he will, you know, it'll all get sucked up by the minecart below. Now, that section might be a little bit big, but I think it's going to work for our purposes, and I think it turned out pretty darn good. So far, we have troubleshot both of these wheat farms by moving the villagers up and out of the way, turning off the iron farm and making that not a village, but rather just a thing with a bunch of doors around it. And the doors are very important in order to indicate whether or not it's a village. But since no villagers are there to, you know, indicate that it's a village, it doesn't create one. And this guy is getting it done. Now let's see here. Let's see here. Is anything flowing through here just yet? No, it might be a little slow because he might be picking it up himself a little bit also. As you can see, the potatoes kind of jump out and sometimes go far enough away that it's out of his inventory range, but sometimes it looks like he might pick them up as well. So what he's going to end up doing is keep planting and planting and planting, and from time to time, the hopper minecart's going to flow underneath there and pick up the potatoes that are kind of lingering about, and they're going to end up down here. And let's go down there and see what we got. They'll go up here, and they'll go through my dividing section and come through the spiral or go through the slow spiral. And, oh, as another large algae volunteers to be collected. Look at that, straight up there. He's going to... I always like this part, ladies and gentlemen. We made this so that it would create smaller and smaller algae. So that one turns from large to medium. And then as it becomes medium, it comes down into the bottom section and gets divided up even more so. Either, just not quite enough water movement for that guy to make it all the way there, trapped on the edge, but that's okay. A little loss is inevitable. And these guys, if you want to see the algae collection, there's a video it's earlier in the build log, so by all means go check it out. It's kind of fun, right? So let's go down here and see what we've got. First things first, I'm probably going to have a whole bunch of materials in here. Boop, 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 boop. I do. These guys will add up very quickly. Let's get this out of here. Anything here? Here? Nope. Okay. And that guy, I don't know what that's all about. All right. These guys are in reverse order, if I remember correctly. And, whoa, that guy. Actually, that might be from me throwing a whole bunch of things in there. But we're going to, let's see here. This guy is 45. This guy is 29. And they will increase very, very shortly. Awesome. So, my friends, we have done it. We have updated all of our farms, and they are now working properly. And I will do next the carrot farm to conclude this area, and we'll finish it all up, and that will be 1/4 of the cultural complex center complete. Wow, say that 5 times, Pat. Let's complete the cultural complex center. Woohoo! Oh my goodness. And if that's something you want to see, then by all means, please do consider subscribing for more content like that coming real soon, because I am all out of time for today. Until next time, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again real soon. Bye-bye.